They love winning there. That's a great tradition. Our next speaker is a New Orleans native who's come home. He attended Grambling State, and he's back home in New Orleans at Tulane after spending 2 years with John Sumrall at Troy. Previously coached at Nichols, at Louisiana Tech, Louisiana College, and Southern Miss, and in high school at Carr, Miller McCoy, Helen Cox, New Iberia, and even Grambling High. Now 2-2, the Green Wave are back in action in the American Athletic Conference opener this coming Saturday at 11 a.m. at Yulman Stadium. Please give a warm welcome to Brock Hayes of Tulane University. Brock.
Good afternoon. This is really like a special moment for me. You know, obviously being from here, born and raised in New Orleans, growing up in Algiers, to be standing on this stage is like real surreal to me. I put a tweet out earlier when we started the season. We played Southeastern out of Hammond, and it happened to fall on August 29th, which was, you know, the remembrance of Hurricane Katrina. And it hit me when I was sitting in the hotel, and I was like, this is August 29th. I hadn't been home in 10 years. I have an opportunity to coach at Tulane and represent the city that I grew up in and that I love. And then to be up here on stage and have the call for Mr. Trahan to come up here and speak is like real humbling to me. Because being a player that played here, obviously I played at Edna Carr High School, graduate of Carr. We had guys that got to speak at this. My late coach, Coach Don Wadley, spoke at this. My senior year, we had Jabbar Jaluk, who also spoke at this. And just to be up here following the footsteps of the guys that I came under is like very humbling. And I'm really appreciative of this opportunity. And it's like made the most for me, to be honest. Made the most for me. Obviously, this is my 19th year coaching. I'm young. I started young. Coached 9 years of high school throughout the state of Louisiana. I've basically been home my whole life except for 3 years. And the 3 years I hadn't been here, I was at Southern Miss for a year, and I was at Troy for the last 2. So when Coach Sumrall had an opportunity to take the job at Tulane, he came into the office and he asked, do you want to come home? And I was like, well, I don't know, Coach. You know, I had to let him sweat a little bit. But it was a big deal for him to get me to come home, and I was excited about it. Obviously, I'm married. My wife, she's not from here. She's actually from Savannah, Georgia, but we have 3 kids, and my oldest daughter was actually born in New Orleans. So she's never actually had a chance to be here, be in this environment, and 10 years later, this gives her an opportunity to be around family, friends, and a culture that she's going to accept being from here. So, like I said, this is very humbling. Like, I'm very excited to be up here. And just talking about us in Tulane, you know, coming into the season, we wanted to make a mark. Coach has some goals that he put in place, and one of those goals was winning the state. And we had an opportunity. We played 2 opponents that are within the state of Louisiana, with the first one being Southeastern and the second one being UL. And we also had an opportunity to get on the primetime stage and play Kansas State, which we played at home, and Oklahoma, who we played 2 weeks ago. And when you think about football and life, they kind of go hand in hand. And I had a coach tell me this before, and he was like, adversity doesn't build character, it reveals character. And every time we start a season, everybody wants to go undefeated. Everyone wants to do this and that, but you're gonna have adverse times and adverse situations that you encounter. And we're encountering those within the first 4 games. Obviously, we won the first game. The second game, we happened to drop at home, which we were in command of. It's a part of football that happens. And you get an opportunity to redeem yourself. And then we have to go on the road to Oklahoma, despite a hurricane coming through, and figuring out ways to get things done. And the one thing that Coach Sumrall always talks about is the analogy he uses with good. Like, no matter how bad a situation is or how good a situation is, it's always good. It's always to be even killed and not let these moments take advantage of you. And you start to see that with our team. And they're starting to embody what Coach has in store for them as far as his culture and what he's trying to build in the program. And last week against UL, it was very hot, sweltering. I seen they showed it was like 138 on the turf. It was brutally hot out there. You know, we had to play the game at 11 o'clock because ESPN picked it up. And those kids fought through that heat, and we were able to pull that game out. And it's just a testament to the guys of them taking in what we're trying to get them to understand, because it's a long season. And we have goals that's right in front of us, like Mr. Trahan alluded to. We start conference play this week against South Florida. It's going to be a really good game. I feel like the teams are really pretty evenly matched. It'll also be another game at 11 o'clock in New Orleans in the heat, so we expect it to be really hot. and we're going to be ready for the challenge. Obviously, we start conference play this week, and this is when the season really kicks off. So I'm excited about what we have going on, and like I said, this is a great honor and a privilege to be up here, and I thank everyone here that came out to support us. So thank you so much, and roll wave.